crazy. So, you will paint your way, but I thought anyway I might will demonstrate slightly how I approach watercolor. Okay? And I absolutely love your watercolor palette.
Oh, this?
Yes. So, as you can see, I have got plastic here, yeah? And it has a reason, in fact, why I'm not painting just on the wood, okay? This is one. Second, and I'll show you, I'll speak about, usually I have massive palettes. I literally, from IKEA, bought, how it's like a white glass top for the cupboard, you know, to put on.
Oh.
That's my palette, it's literally like this massive. I paint on a palette and then I transfer. So I was thinking, yeah, it's great to have certain structure with grades of tones, yeah, and cold and warm, yeah. So let's say, well, here now, of course, it's.
Where did you buy this?
This I can't find it anymore. I bought it in Bournemouth in very like antique. It was antique art shop, you know, where people were selling the brushes which they use, but they're still great quality. That was new, but this is why it's all broke down over the years. Like 10 years I use it, and only this one. I've tried to find a similar, but it's not the same quality. See, it has lid to it, and yeah. So, before start, it's great to moisturize watercolor, yeah, to activate it. Okay, so I'll apply it because you know I want it fresh. If I would be at home, I would use it. So yeah. I prepared a palette, everything is in general prepared, just fresh colors. So why I haven't applied it before coming, because I wanted them to be fresh. Yeah? You will need just to spray, so it will have time. Here, activations are slightly. Okay, I love those colors such as ochre. I think this is red, light red. Rough, the light red, it says here. Green within this brand is not really good. I still use it, but I'm mixing then my green and just slightly I might will add. And in fact, I personally don't use green from the bottle, whatever green it is. Because I believe the green which we see is way more richer than the green from just the tube. Okay? So then, yeah, of course, I love yellow. And again, there are grades of yellows. There can be yellow, lemon yellow, yeah, which I usually also use. But that for today's part. Now, that's my light palette. I don't have bright reds at the moment. Not at such stage in my life to be. it takes. So sepia, I love sepia. I absolutely love ochre, sepia. Whatever you paint, this is like must have. Yeah, would it be bright? Or because what they do, they enrich colors. Bright colors are only which are on light, okay, natural light in fact. All other is just grades of tones. They need slight tone into to add it, so to put down the brightness. Yeah, yeah, and then if you will add, I usually also use I love black. That's something what to create a contrast. But within the colors, if I need to slow it, cool it down, yeah. For shades, we always use bluish in it. Yeah. So colors which are on the light, they are warm. Colors which are whatever shade, that's it. We need to add slightly bluish in it. And not black, but gray. Gray also, it's incredible to have. Because black sometimes can kill pigment, like color straight away. It can be too intense. Where gray is more transparent approach to pull down the color. Okay, I applied sepia. Sepia goes here. And I absolutely love indigo. That's what I used to have. Sorry, my pronunciation. Prussian blue. Yeah. But after I discovered indigo, that's just I can mix it with ultramarine blue, and it gives quite a rich tone to the sky. It's more natural.
So as in you mix indigo with ultramarine for your sky.
So I usually not as much light colors because they represent what is on the light. Let's say, yeah. But I love to work with a cool palette and go deeper into the tone, yeah, and then I mix them as well. When we mix colors, I call it complex colors. They also give that grade of tone palette, yeah, within your painting, so it's richer. Okay, now hope it works. Yeah. That's me personally. Yeah, you don't have to do it. But I just wanted to show you that I moisturize. At the university, we would go and put it under the sink, just so, and then this is why we would have those plastic or glass. We would stick it on it, and that's it. We will paint on it. Yeah. So. Of course, better to have two waters. So one for clean water, which you don't use, you don't wash brush in it, and the second one for the to wash brush. I also separate brushes. So I have got, for example, you can see I have got two similar. So one I will use only cold, dark, and another yellows, for example, in opera. So that will help me to clean keep my water clean longer. Yeah. So this is how I'm sort of sticking my paper. Now here I won't touch because I might go want highlights. Yeah. As you can see, I draw with water. That's what I spoke about, watercolor. Yeah, I draw with water. I sort of remember, you see, it gives me sort of indication that my sky is bigger, and you don't have to do that. We will draw, and it's just my approach. Okay. Like I mentioned, I start with the sky. And I work this palette first, yeah? As you can see here, I have got darker, I might will merge it, yeah? And then the darker here. Darker grade of tone. saw straight away, that's navigating water, yeah? Just slightly. Yeah, I might remove water from this side. And that's it. I'll let it flow. Yeah? And merge. And it feels like even if sky is moving, like clouds are moving. Can you see? Tones are just merging one into another. Yeah? Create that natural effect of clouds. See, I'm not controlling it, I'm helping it to paint itself. Look, the skies literally painted itself. Yeah? I think I can stop it now. Yeah, there's some, things can happen. Now, I love it, so I might want, go much into it. So what I can do, I can slightly smudge here. The brush wasn't clean. To make sense of this cloud. Okay, what else? This now, I might will use sepia. Look, I'm taking sepia, I'm placing right here. Because I'm not painting sky anymore. Yeah? Why I'm merging them? Everything is connected. If this particular color I've mixed for the sky, one way or another it will, that tone or whatever, that what it means atmosphere, yeah? Will go on the mountain as well. So I don't want just to use clean sepia. I will merge it with whatever is around, yeah? And it creates, I call it, don't like to paint with clean colors, like I said. Okay, next. So, of course I have got sketch, but now my sky went complete unpredictable. It created it over, dynamic here. So I don't want to follow this, yeah? So I sort of use it as a reference, yeah, like I spoke, but I am like sort of going to follow, my lead. Okay, now I knew that I have brown slightly on it, okay, already. You see it creates now a bit more colder. Now I'm playing with a grade of tone slightly. I don't want to overtouch it. I'm applying color. I know that I'm painting it, but if I will overtouch it, that beauty I want to recreate. No matter how incredible artist I can be in my, I don't know, 90s or afterlife, you know. Because that's look what's going on with the sky. It creates itself, all the clouds, all the tone. And that's the beauty of wet on wet technique. It's a pure joy when you can actually you know where to stop, if it makes sense, and then you know where to add.
So you're hardly
So good for the water touch.
You're hardly touching, you're just sort of tickling it.
Yeah. This is why I moisturize the paper underneath, so to keep paper moisture. This is why I said it's just a waste to the ability of watercolor paper. It's just unbelievable.
It's just very delicate.
And then we just paint it dry on dry watercolor. That's just no. Okay, so now water, right? I haven't touched this brush, so this is a bit more rough brush, as you can see, and the more rough it is better. I use it for those strokes for the water. Not always it works, so I'm actually risking. However, so yeah, that's the same brush which I was applying just water on. I'm not painting with this brush. It's synthetic, yeah. But this one is wet, meaning it won't create certain texture. So I'm using this dry one. And the grade of tone, a bit dark, okay. I slightly did it because I need to pick up some pigment, okay? If I would just dry and put it in, it will be like scratch, yeah? So we're still moisturizing but keeping it dry. And so as my sky is this, I will use again, you see it's already creating certain, yes, strong. I will use that, same with Tramarine, no, I could do it with the same Tramarine, and we might will go into this.
Did you add some green there?
Yeah. It's like turquoise, you know, slightly turquoise. So I'll try. Okay. So as you remember, I left it dry. Yeah. So I will try just here to create certain elements. I'm drawing with a brush. Can you see I'm creating that perspective which with pencil I was doing for you, yeah? Here, like sort of drawing this. I understand that there is a heel, but I'm painting if there is no, okay? Remember about highlights which I was telling you, yeah? Because it's here. Okay, now the same, even I can just moisture it slightly, yeah, activate, and then here and there I'll touch it with like sort of to smudge it, yeah. Okay, now my rocky heel. And this time I feel like to bring it here for some reason. Okay, so that's the best part, right? I will paint it like acrylic now. Have I? Because I haven't applied black. Okay, that's why. That's a grey for those who would like to see them later on. Ivory black. It can be lamp as well. I think lamp is even more. So, I usually start with dry. Let's see. Okay, now I can go for a bit of fine. She's like acrylic slightly, yeah. Draw now, I have got now more freedom. See, to create another hill here, the highlights. Then sometimes you can take clean brush where you don't need highlights and just, merge it. Remember I told you about defining it in the end, yeah? So now I can make sense from those my rocks. Keep those light bits. And then I can be very naughty and do that. Just to activate. Sorry if I put on.
So what was that you were putting on there?
I like those twigs.
I know, yes. This is calligraphy brush, actually. So
what was that you were spraying on there?
what is this? I thought it's water just.
Smells nice.
Yeah, it smells nice.
Is it water?
Smell like sanitizer.
Is it underarm deodorant?
Body mist. It's a body mist.
I buy them. I buy them
texture.
to wash it out. I don't, and then put because this is another secret. Depends on the storage. That was funny. I probably haven't changed the liquid in it yet, but I buy them because of that. Because depending, you see, it has different.
Nozzle.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
And depends, that's supposed to be more like a fluffy, the mist, exactly.
But
Yeah.
the water spray.
That if I would use water spray, it would give too, sometimes I use it, too much.
Smells good.
Sorry.
Looks good, but it smells great. Scented watercolours. It's a new.
Oh gosh. Okay. So that's fun. So now I can sort of define, what even a bit more, like give it a bit of more texture or whatever. Now that's very simple, it's just obvious.
But you hold that brush very loosely, don't you? You're holding it right at the end.
No. And also what I love, you see I'm standing as well, because this way I can see not only what I paint, I can move around, and that as well, that's actually saying, those long brushes, why our brushes are not short, like, you see this one is short, because it's fine, and you need to focus and come closer, right? But how I can't even imagine today like to paint like this. This makes sense, yeah. So that the other thing, I also actually at home I have got you know, like a special, so I paint it slightly with the angle, so I communicate with not like this. Yeah, but it's like sort of, but because it's watercolor, I can't just place it in front of me. Yeah, so it's all about communication with the piece.
Yeah.
All right, so now, for example, I can go, so it is very cold work, we can say, yeah, there is no warmness in it at all, yeah? So just cool weather, let's say. So what I can do, I just thought about it even though it's not there. Again, I can take this. I'm just checking here. Looks like a bit dark. So I'll take slightly more. And I'll dry it slightly. And I'll create a beach side. There we go. I'm doing it because I like those highlights on the water. That's the only reason. Yeah, I want to keep that texture. But then, yeah, I can sort of define it into the figures. So it will give slightly, so it's not so cold. Yeah, there is some more, even though here needs to be a bit more smudged. Okay, and if so, now I'll add maybe some color highlights, yeah? Here this side. A bit of texture. We can try with, remember I said it needs to be pigment, it needs to be slightly wet. I was just talking too much. I'm supposed to do it a bit slightly heavier. And just like this. I'll see, it might will work, it might won't work. Yeah, and then okay, if I will zoom myself, I see there is already beautiful texture, and I don't want to over touch it. I want to keep that texture. Just what I can do, I can just support it with a contrast, you know, here and there. Yeah, so I work now closely, yeah, more closely to it. And here is like, it feels like I want to just slightly give some texture up front. A bit more intensity up front. Okay, so what I can do, I can also create, can you see there is a highlight, yeah? Mm-hmm. Now, I can actually, because it's quite empty, okay? Yeah, I have got front at here. And that's, remember I was telling, on a web, you just paint as nothing else exists, no tree, nothing. But now it's a time where I can actually sit down and do some, because here I have to be a bit more precise. Oh, this is too dark. Okay, I'll take this. Can you see I use all the same colors? Yeah, I understand that I can easily clean here, so this will more intense palette, here is more, if I will need space I will clean it, yeah? That helps me to keep the same colors, the same grade of tone in one painting, so it's not like from different operas, it really sets, yeah? All merged. So now here, I have beautiful highlight in there, but I have to sort of define my horizon. And it might, yeah, this is a horizon, but I can see some movement in here and I might will use it. So just to give a bit something. It might would be also hills, yeah? Might be. It's so pretty in here, I don't want to touch it. You know what happened when I put salt? Salt came here as well.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
raw, and I don't want to. But alright, let's try. Create some movement on the background. I might will add slightly warm as well. See all salt went in. So. Remember there's rocky, yeah, here, so it might, I will add some rocks, yeah, out here. Just to create some movement. And the more, remember I told you, Simon, that the more complex you have got, yeah, the better. It's a shame, but I need to go up a bit slightly. Now that the same, but they needs to be cold now because it's shade. I will slightly put shades on the beach side as well, just so. So if there would be some shade here on the beach side, so light, dark, light, dark. It's always better when we complement light with dark here and there, and cold and warm. That's it really, because I want you to paint as well. What I can do, the only thing is just maybe, just create some. If there is a grass, yeah, on that side. So. No, for now, it's just it. I might will come back to it later. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's see how long.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So now, of course, from the distance, and this is so important to put your work away. And I see that my horizon is a bit further. Yeah. So then I'll sit down. I'll go back and I will, work on this. I might will, consider maybe to make, some bump here, just to pull it up dynamic. So it won't just too boring, in a way that obvious. But I'm happy with sky. I'm happy with the part that we in general heels. I might again go and define. I like how actually Soul didn't work here, but it worked really well in here. It created some texture to it. Because usually I love when it happens something like this, but it didn't work. Yeah. So yeah, now I see that I need actually. I'm focusing on something. I see every work now. Okay, here. If I will focus at you now, I see only closer to you. Yeah. So that's important to look at your work like I'm focused. Yeah, and then focus on focus, focus on focus. This is how then it will tell you, Ada, perfect, amazing, that's the best mirror. Sometimes it's so difficult to see, if only next day you will see it, say, why I haven't seen it while it was wet, now if I'll touch it, like for example. But I have got a huge mirror in my studio now, right? And sometimes I place it and I keep, I watch because somehow it just, you can see through the mirror better. Yeah, without your personal interpretation. All right, shall we try? Okay, now.